It's taken us over a year of agitating for visitors' visa on arrival for people of the Pacific. 3.2 billion people around the world can access New Zealand directly or via Australia and get a 3-month visitor's visa issued at the airport for themselves. The less than 16 million people of the Pacific have been denied this all the time, kept this out. I wrote to the minister and Prime Minister early last year, and I said, close your eyes. Wear these shoes. You have just got a message. Your mother or father has died, or your brother or sister has died, or one of your children has died, and you can't come to New Zealand to their funeral because you have to find a sponsor. You have to find a P. You have to go and make application. You've got to go through this rigmarole of many things that prevent you from getting here in time for the funeral. And I said, where do you stand with that? How would you like to be in that position? And the answer was 0. Not a word back to acknowledge with the question that I've asked. So, on the 11th of February this year, last week, we delivered, that is the Pacific Justice Group of people, on behalf of the people of the Pacific, a petition to the New Zealand government saying, we want to be treated with respect, with dignity, with fairness, and with equality. We want now what you give 3.2 billion people around the world. There is no reason that we can't have this. And you must find a way of delivering that for us. And the New Zealand government continues to cry and cry and cry. One single word against the Pacific people is that we are overstayers, overstayers, overstayers. Let me remind you, in the 1970s dawn raids, you know what the dawn raids were all about. They broke down the houses of the Pacific people in the evenings with dogs, pulled them out of bed, threw them in paddy wagons, took them to jail for the night and deported them. That's how we were treated. Yet, we represented about 30% of overstayers in New Zealand at the time. 70% of others weren't touched. They stood on the side of the road and watched the way we were treated by New Zealand. And that's after we came here in the late 40s to help build this country with the factories as the country expanded. Economic development took place. The Pacific people came and manned those factories, as did our cousins from their iwis around New Zealand came into the towns as well. And yet, that's what happened. We were booted out just like that. So my answer is simply this. The creation of overstaying in New Zealand lies firmly on the hands of the New Zealand Immigration Office. It goes like this. If you make it very difficult for people to come, when they finally get the opportunity of coming to New Zealand, they are going to stay as long as they can. Why? Because there's no guarantee they can come back tomorrow. That's the creation of overstaying. And I'm saying, give us what we're asking for, and these are the rules you can apply to it. For any Pacific person who overstays that 3-month visa without an application for an extension, they will be deported, and they will not be coming back for 10 years. Yes, 10 years. One person should not be allowed to spoil it for everybody else. But on the flip side of that is simply this. If they obey and leave within that 3 months or the 3-month period, they be allowed to return that day, the next day, as soon as they like to, without any prejudice against them. Why should anybody want to overstay if you apply those rules to it? So that's the situation we have right now. And so right now we presented our petition to the Right Honourable Vavasamanaya Winston Peters, the only person that we know in the New Zealand government and his party that supports the people of the Pacific. And now we know the Labour Party has said, yes, we are going to support this. The Greens are supporting us. and hoping that Te Pāti Maori will stand behind us as well, because they all know this is so wrong. And then we have the ACT Party, a party that when something is wrong and it's not right, will try everything they can within their rights to resolve that. And I am confident to say that I'm sure that on the day, the ACT Party, David Seymour and his team, will stand beside us, as they did with the Samoan citizenship case. So that's where we are today. We now await the day that the petition will present it to Parliament, and what action Parliament will take to get this sorted out. There are two choices here. It really doesn't need anything to be passed by Parliament. The power and the decision lies firmly in the hands of the Minister of Immigration and nobody else. And because we have waited for a year now or more and asked and just been treated as if we didn't exist. That's how we've been treated. We don't exist, not our response. I have said I would like this to go to the select committee process, where the conscious vote of each member of Parliament will be laid on the ground so we can see who they are and where they stand. And then this way, hopefully, we will go to a second reading where the people will be allowed to make submissions. And I can guarantee you there will be tears around that table when they hear the many people who couldn't make it to their family funerals, who couldn't make it to see their dying parents when they were told they haven't got left long to live. How would she like to be in that position? But that's the position we are in. So I am very confident to tell everybody today that I think there are some wise people today in the Parliament of New Zealand that will see the wrong that has been done. The mistreatment of the Pacific people can no longer continue. The time has come and the time is now. And we want action right now, and we want to be treated equality, with respect and with dignity. We have played our role in building this country as everybody else has done. Our young people today achieve everything and anything given the opportunity, and don't lock us out, because we are not going to be locked out. We are part of New Zealand. Most of our people live here. New Zealand is a Pacific country just like we are, and we are the cousins of the tangata whenua of this land. So all our friends out there in Parliament, stand alongside us. Stand alongside the people of the Pacific. Stand alongside Pacific justice. We stand for one thing and one thing only: justice for our people of the Pacific and nothing else. Thank you.